welcome to Pep Talks. Let me get straight to the point. As I've been interacting with young people in Accra mainly, but in Ghana, it seems like the Ghanaian dream is to get out. Is to get out of the country. That is the Ghanaian dream. And I find that so sad on many levels. But at the same time, that excites me. Let me explain. I find it sad in the sense that what will drive a society which really is based on collectivism, which will really keep and chain friends and family, in other words, means so much to want to leave wife and children and parents and whatnot to go and struggle in another land. What will make many of our people die in the wilderness, die in the deserts of Libya, in the Sahara, die in the sea between Africa and Europe, just to want to get a better life. Shame on the fathers and mothers who are making life impossible for our young people. And I can totally understand why 500 years ago, or even 200 years ago, we would be forced to get into ships to sail to the Americas. But today, if anybody brought that ship, voluntarily, people will fill it en masse and say, take me to the Americas, take me to the Caribbean, take me to Europe, wherever. I want to work for whoever, for whatever, just to get out of here. I remember being in a conference in Cape Town last year, and someone did an incredible presentation on what not just Ghanaians, sub-Saharan Africans go through wanting to get across the Sahara Desert, and also trying to go through the coast, around Senegal, to go the other way, to Europe. And one of the funny but sad questions was, how many Africans can fit into the bucket of a Toyota Hilux truck? The pickup buckets? They say, one more. They keep filling and filling and filling these buckets, these trucks with people, human beings, and have very little fuel and carry very little food, so that they can travel light and carry many people. And so whenever there's a breakdown or there's some delay, people die. Why? On the other hand, why is the excitement? There's excitement because God is a global God, and He calls people wherever He wants them to accomplish His purposes. Yes, if you read scripture, for example, one day Paul was in Athens, and he gave a TED talk. He went to the Areopagus where people gave these TED talks. And he said, one of the things he said is that God, who made us all from one man Adam, He is the one who determines our boundaries, where we live, in what period, in what era of history. So I believe that people movements are actually God movements. You see that throughout scripture as well, from Genesis to Revelation. I personally never wanted to leave the country, Ghana. I have no such plans. In fact, my wife ideally was born in Canada, but have no desire to return to Canada where she was born. She came to Ghana when she was 2 years old, lived here, and never used her passport to get back to Canada until God spoke very clearly to us in January 2008. He said, it's my world, and I send you where I want you. So that's the exciting part, that God may be calling people to fulfill His grand purposes in the Arab states, in Europe, in another African country, wherever, in America. But I pray that we'll be able to help those who are going to go well. There's a way to prepare well and go well and thrive, because going to America is no guarantee. Being in Canada is no guarantee you'll be successful. I give money to poor people in Canada. They are beggars who are homeless in America, whatever color of skin they may have. And that we can also help those who long to stay in the land of their birth and want to make it in Ghana or Nigeria, want to make it in Africa, to be able to make it well. Find out what God's great plan and purpose is for your life, because the one who made you is a global God. You are only going to prosper where God has planned and purposed you to be planted. Make sure you are planted by God in a place, whether it's in Africa or elsewhere, in a particular period where you will prosper. Think of these things. Take care.